Let's see what happens. Oh, the handkerchief. I don't even know. Handkerchief? I don't know. I wonder. Handkerchief. That's an interesting word. Hot, dry wind sweeps through the city from the barren lands around it. Again? Okay, I'm gonna pee then. The noble residents of Anisot prefer to remain in their chambers, while the commoners huddle in tents or in the shade of the silver tree. You are on an errand right now. Your father wrote a letter to a noble acquaintance, and you are to deliver it. Thomas, the boy down the street, is tagging along. The two of you are inseparable now. I hate it because I know just enough vocabulary that some sentences my brain reads it as if it's in English, but just out of order. Yeah. You'll get better by practicing. It depends how serious you are in learning Italian, obviously. That could also be maybe the level you're interested. So, nothing wrong with that. The errand is an easy one, so you decide to take this opportunity to loiter around the part of Anisot where the nobles live. So here you are, in the middle of the city square, resting on the ancient brickwork by the old fountain in the merciful shade of the gargantuan silver tree. Thomas is by your side, lazily slouching on the edge of the fountain's basin. It's a hard life for commoners like you and me. Either you break your back in a workshop day and night, hoping someone will buy your goods someday, or you become a manservant to some noble. You never get a chance to enjoy life. This is our lot, you remind him. We work and endure and suffer. But Thomas waves your words away. Yeah, I know all that already. Mother keeps drilling that stuff into me. We must be humble. Our strength is patience and persistence. So yeah, I say, but I want to make my fortune no matter what. So how ain't that living by my lot? I ask you. So how ain't that living by my lot? I ask you. That's an interesting question. So basically it's saying, yes, I know all of that, but being that the things as they are, I want to make my fortune still. So how is that not living by my lot, right? Maybe, wanting to have a better life is part of the lot you are in. The fact that you have to suffer, endure, etc. doesn't exclude your will to have something better. I take it like that, at least. But the lots, they ain't easy. Let's take you, for example, Brante. Your father's a nobleman, but even if that didn't make you... But even if that didn't make you one? But even if, I guess. Your father's a nobleman, but even if that didn't make you one. Just look at your hands. You never had to work as hard as me, but we have the same lot, so we're supposed to suffer the same. Yes, true. Or look at your father. He's a judge. He toils at the prefecture day and night doing his judging. And he's a noble? I've never seen an Archean work as hard as he does. You shrug. Man, my English today. It's very bad. Sure, some older English gentlemen will still carry them and they will say it, as you said, handkerchief. Americans, most of us, when we say it, sound like handkerchief. Chief. Chef. I see. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Yes, that's interesting, actually. I hear a bit of French in that word, so maybe... I don't know. You shrug. The Arkness are a different race. See, the Archnians are a different race. I think this is true. They are not humans because, yeah, in a passage before, it was written humans and Archnians. So they are not humans. The books say they were born to rule over humans. They are never commoners, always nobles of the sword by birth. They founded the empire after subduing all the human kingdoms on the continent. Humans will never be their equals. Archnians are always better, smarter, stronger, and their skin is a noble shade of blue. If the books are to be believed, of course. You have never seen one yourself. I see. Your idle chatter is suddenly interrupted by a rugged-looking guardsman dressed in black and green. Green is the color of the noble family, right? He chases you away from the fountain. Common rebel like you have no place here. You hear the clattering of hooves and wheels against the cobblestones and see flags bearing a coat of arms. There you go. Again, I think this is heraldic jargon, so this should be French, sable and vert. So a sable, I don't know, serpent on a field of vert. So vert should be the green, okay? Yeah, a green field with a sable, I don't remember what the sable is. It makes you squirm. It's the Archduke's coat of arms. The Melanidas dynasty. The carriage, oh my god. The carriage door opens, revealing a young lady in a luxurious dress. Oh, dang it. Looks a bit like you, Enigma, though. Obviously, 20 years earlier. Gabriel, você tem que subir. No, again? How much do I have to suffer, Gabriel? You cannot look away from her. Those dainty shoulders, suggested but not revealed by the cut of her dress, her black hair cascading over them, her stately, slim silhouette, her pouty lips and prim nose, and those eyes, dark like the night sky, the way she moves, fluidly, gracefully. That's obviously not you, Enigma. And most incredible of all, her skin glows an azure blue. Azure? She's a masterpiece given life. She's an Archnian. Dang it, man. That Archnian ass, though. She's nothing like me. Yeah. I agree. Come on, Enigma. Octavia Milanidas. Clear the way for me. The Milanidas guardsmen walk quickly to clear the way to the fountain for the Archnian lady. The searing sun dances on her skin in bizarre patterns. With one elegant motion, she reveals a handkerchief, then leans over the basin and wipes her head and neck with its cool water. Well, I'll be. That's Octavia Milanidas, our Archduke's own daughter. The Archnian turns away and proceeds gracefully back to her carriage. You see something slip out of her hand and fall onto the cobblestones right next to you. A handkerchief. And you know, Muramatsu, this is also an exercise for me, I've been forced to read that much English, Maybe, I spot some weaknesses of me, etc. It's right there by your feet. Intricate craftsmanship, expensive woven fabric, delicately decorated with emerald filigrana. Your heart skips a beat. Will you dare draw the beautiful Archnian's attention in order to return her lost possession? Or would you rather not attempt to cross the chasm between you and her? There should be chiasmo, right? Chiasmo. There's no I there? Chiasmo. Well, I'll cross that. I think, well, I'm 11, right? Yes. Yes. No, I can't. I got no willpower, man. Stash the trophy? To sell it? No. I wouldn't do that. To watch the Archean lady depart, trying to burn every movement into your memory. Well, they are both a bit too much, I guess, but if I have to choose, I'm gonna keep it. Cousin, okay, cousin. Thank you, Muramatsu, see? That's what I need. So, who would you rather not attempt to cross the chasm before you and her? I would keep the handkerchief as a memento then. The word is right. Thank you. You carefully observe Lady Octavia as she leaves. Her delicate figure moves through the square like a waking dream. Her elegant hands gliding through the hair, her hair flowing in the light breeze. Your eyes watch all of her. She returns to the carriage, leaning on a guardsman's shoulder as she gracefully climbs back inside. Man, I don't know. Sorry. Willpower plus 10 though. I'm ready for action, babe. Hey, Archean babe. I'm ready for action now. Chasm is just an exaggerated word for the space between you and you. Yeah, I think it's from Greek chiasma. Chiasmo, right? That should be basically, a gap. You know, a difference in... Il chiasmo is also a stance in sculpture. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna bring back my browser, but still, search for it if you want. The soft handkerchief feels warm in your hand. You fold it carefully and hide it in your pocket. The carriage drives away, marked by the thudding rhythm of hooves. Until that day, you associated the Milanidas dynasty with nothing but indifferent cruelty. But now your breast pocket holds the proof of yet another quality they possess: beauty. I'm ready for action, babe. Adolescence, 12 years, come on. Come on, hormones. I'm ready for action. The quorum decree. Well, we say quorum. I don't know. 12 years old now, you overhear an important conversation. It's a spring night, and mother has just sent everyone to bed. You walk past father's study and hear voices coming from beyond the door. Grandfather is yelling, and father is replying quietly. The elder Brante men are fighting, arguing about the place of the commoners in the city. You sneak outside to avoid mother's attention and hide next to the open window of the study. Perhaps they'll mention you too. Gregor, our grandfather. The low-life idiot had the gall to pay me a visit and beg me for some service. He had the insolence to ask me outright. He thought I was going to support his claim for the chairman's seat in the lesser quorum. How dare he? Robert, our father. Father, please listen. Mayor, Egmont, maybe Lowborn, but he carries a lot of clout in Magra. He owns 5 iron mines. A friend like him could be quite useful. Oh, I see. Should he become the chairman of the lesser quorum? I don't give a damn who this Egmont is, Robert. What he is, however, is Lowborn. His lot is humility and obedience. The likes of him can never rule anything. They're nothing but a flock of sheep that need a firm, noble hand to guide them. I wasted so many years trying to quash the quorum decree, but that accursed Cornelius Tempest did everything in his power to make the emperor sign that pathetic screed. And now even low-lives can wield power. True power, Robert. I see. Just the right to discuss the size of the Archduke's tax, nothing more. That is only the beginning. That's true. What's next? Are they going to arm the lowlives now? Make them into judges? If the Empire rejects the foundations and the lots, the entire edifice will crumble. Bah! Who am I telling this to? It's already crumbling, and you, my son and heir, are a harbinger of its destruction. Father, I'm begging you, I do not wish to marry a third time. Lydia is a good wife and a dutiful mother to my children. If you would only allow her to... I will allow them nothing. Nothing, I tell you. Neither Egmont, not that freeloading wench of yours. What will you want me to do next? Live by the laws of the lawboy? I can already see where this is going, and I'd rather run my own sword through my guts than live in a country where nobles and lowlifes share the same rights. My only dream is to see the name of Brante in the Blue Book. But that dream will never come true. They'll never call me Venerable Brante, and it's all because of this marriage of yours. My only hope now is to hear Stefano dressed in such a manner one day. Thank the twins I didn't let you ruin the boy. He's about to grow up a true nobleman. His children will bear the name of El Brante. You have 2 more grandsons. Those spineless milksops from the common lot? They're incapable of anything. The best your middle son could do is sneak into the Imperial College and get ennobled by the mantle, although I have grave doubts about even that. As for the downtrodden Nathan, I hold out no hope for him whatsoever. You hear grandfather's heavy footsteps, the thudding of his cane and the slamming of the door. It's time to sneak back home before you're discovered. Power +1, overseer in power. Okay. This is Magra stuff. The province stuff. School begins. I'm 12, yeah. You started studying at the school of Sir Tibor and began to master the sciences. Well, this is an Hungarian name, so that's Tibor, but maybe here it's Tibor. I'll say Tibor. A storm of expectations. Finally, the day comes when the teachers stop coming to the house. But before you can breathe a sigh of relief and put away the books, Father asks you to come to his study. This is our Father. You've grown, my son. It's time for you to continue your education away from home. I've chosen a deserving school for you. Sir Tibor School for the children of noblemen and well-off commoners. Naturally, it's not a boarding school for nobles, so you'll study there during the day and come home in the evening. You share the news with your best friend Tomas. Yeah. È pazzo, insegue lo status, niente di veramente utile. Il suo nome è in un libro, un uomo inutile. Oh, your Italian is pretty good, huh? Uramatsu? This game. You know, it's stimulating you. Yeah, I mean, I think I can see the characterization of these guys, right? So the old nobility, I mean, he's not a nobleman though by birth. So in this kind of world, when you get the chance, I guess you have to take it. I don't know, the father instead, you know, the father is in the middle, right? So it's a bit like the old order, the current order, when things are changing, and the future order, which is us. So the father is a bit in the middle. He understands and approves of the principles of his grandfather, but it's also a bit more open, right? So It's fine if a noble takes our toys, and fights us to get them first. It's fine. You have to accept that. But then he buys our toys anyway. It's one of those men in the middle that tries to play the game, right? Oh no, you wrote very, very well. That's so good. I guess it brings out my inner Italian. Yeah. Yeah. Thomas Gerro. Sir Tibor School, huh? Yeah, I gotta ask my parents to send me there too as soon as they get a coin together. Father says his workshop has toiled day and night for years to save up for my education. The school is based in an ancient estate of Arachnean design. The classrooms are tall and spacious with massive benches. The sounds of scraping quills and lectures on history and imperial law and theology echo under the vaulted ceilings. The rules are strict, the lessons tiring. Restless Thomas keeps getting distracted, and several times he gets his hand slapped with a stick for it. Every teacher demands flawless mastery of their subject. Every day, Father asks you about your studies. You've already told him twice how Margaret joined the Empire and how the noble's court of honor is different from the commoner's civil court in the city prefecture. See? Okay. This is an imperial city. Yeah. La sua morte sarà un sollievo per la sua famiglia, una vera vergogna. Oh, ads, dang it. Okay, let me see actually. Oh, it's about to expire anyway. Yeah, should be gone now. Yes, Muramatsu. Calm down, man. Impeccable Italian, though. I should play this game more often. To make your Italian better. Keep it better every day. But Father keeps pressuring you to work even harder. When it's time to go to bed, Mother will not let you go to sleep until you recite a newly learned prayer for her. Yes. And when it's time to go to school, you promise her every day that you will behave with great humility and steer clear of insolent behavior of any kind. For you still live by the commoner's lot, and that lot is hard work and suffering. Your first month in school draws to a close, and the teachers announce that there will be exams at the end of the month to determine the best and the worst students in each subject. Father insists that you devote all your spare time to studying law and history if you wish to follow in his footsteps. But when you speak to Mother every day, you start considering theology. You still remember the revelations and divine visions that came to you in your earliest years. You have only one more day until the exam. You have locked yourself away in your room. It's already getting late. Your desk is covered with handwritten notes surrounded by leather-bound books. Just looking at them makes you queasy, but you have to read through all of them again, at least for one of your subjects. There's a nagging thought on your mind. Tomas ended up in big trouble the other day. He got in a fight with several boys who lived next street. They heard about your wooden fortress and got in an outrage by the fortification built by commoners. They sought to dismantle it tonight. Tomas swore he would defend the fortress until the end. Perhaps you should abandon the books to rescue the friend in need? But then you hear your little brother Nathan knocking at the door. He stands there shyly, not saying a word. He often does that, standing still and staying speechless until either you speak first or he runs away. But this time he actually says something. The door is locked. Are you okay, Tasto? Is there anything I can do to help? Your head is spinning. This is the last evening before the school exam. If you fail, your family will be very disappointed. You have to refresh your memory on law or theology, either one or the other. But Thomas and your fort are about to be stormed. Why today of all days? You grind your teeth in rage at the thought. Nathan is by the door, trying not to bother you. He wants to help you the only way he can, for reasons known only to him. Will you accept his help? Yes. We'll spend a moment with Nathan. Yes. I mean, okay. There's the big thing and the momentary thing. Okay? So the big thing is that well, let me see myself. Myself, my attributes. I'm not exhausted, but I'm always exhausted by my family. My family is a big burden on me. So I think I would put my father before Thomas, just because betraying Thomas would be far less expensive on my mental health than betraying my father. They would make me pay for that. Thomas, he couldn't do as much as my father. So it's either focus on law and history, study theology, or spend a moment with Nathan. But in the moment, when you're there, I can still study. Later we can talk a bit. And so the human side here comes first for me. So if Nathan wants to be with me a bit, let's talk. Why not? But I wouldn't put everything away. Let's see. I want to talk with Nathan. Why not? You cannot help but pay attention to your brother's quiet, weak voice. Push the books away. Nathan runs to you and wraps his arm around your legs. They should just leave you alone. I don't want you to get sick. Warmth emanates from his hands. You feel the burden of the responsibilities thrust upon you fall from your shoulders. At last, you realize something. You can make your own decisions rather than submitting to the will of others. You laugh at this realization and feel a new spring in your step. Nathan laughs with joy when he feels this. He takes your hand and pulls you outside. You've studied enough. You spend the rest of the evening playing with your little brother, teaching him how to build a watchtower out of wooden planks, sticks, and old rags behind the house. Nathan's success in construction leaves much to be desired, unlike his skill in covering himself with mud. Still, he is absolutely overjoyed. The morning comes. You barely have time to wake up before you walk into the menacing edifice of the school. The entire day is a constant flow of questions demanding answers. You give satisfactory responses on law and history, although you are somewhat confused by the many technicalities and chronological orders. Your knowledge of the interpretations of the lots leaves much to be desired. Your parents are dissatisfied with your performance. You know that you could have worked harder. Still, you believe yesterday was not a waste. Me too. Nathan +2, simple. Very good. The youngest child in the family and your only full sibling. An odd child, he has been secretive and aloof since he was a little boy. He's inept, constantly ill and crying, always in need of care and protection. He started reading sacred texts at a very young age. Yeah, he's destined to be a theologian, right? That's clear. Wow, I'm full of power now. You're remaining in the strength and readiness for action. Yeah, you know, it recharged. Human interaction recharged me. Nathan is a good boy. We are in the fall of 1130. I'm still 12, right? Your education continues. Oh, noble titles. As you study imperial law, you come to realize that there is a certain hierarchy even within the noble estate. It seems your father's status is not quite equal to that of the more eminent human and Archnian gentry. You return home with this new information at your disposal. Father asks you about school after dinner, as he always does. Let me take another look. Eminent human. Okay. And what's the difference between nobles of the mantle and those of the sword, Tasto? You already have an answer ready. The latter status is hereditary, meaning that it's passed down from father to son. After the Archnians, nobles of the sword are the most eminent humans in the empire. They own land and estates, they fill offices of the highest ranks, and the names of their bloodlines are preserved within the Great Blue Book. Ok. Quindi Archnians, nobles of the sword, they own land and estates, they fill offices of the highest ranks. Okay. Nobility of the sword can only be granted only by the overseer of the province or the emperor himself. Okay. And how are such eminent people addressed? With the honorific L before their last name, you respond. Sir Augustin Elborn, for example. Father pats you on the shoulder, clearly pleased. And what about the Archnians and the status? What have you learned about them? Sorry. The Archnians stand above all human gentry. They are born to rule over humans regardless of their titles. No L is required when addressing them. They need no honorifics, for the names of their ancient dynasties are known to all. Father nods somberly. Yes, we can never be their equals. Do whatever an Archnian tells you and never defy them, ever. What about grandfather and me? Where do we stand as nobles? That's easy. Father and grandfather are nobles of the mantle. This title cannot be inherited, but it can be earned by any commoner as a reward for great service to the Empire and the Legion, or as a civil servant. Father suddenly grows quiet and looks you in the eye intently. Yes, and someday you will earn a noble title too, son. All in due time. See? Sons of the nobility. Sir Thibault School teaches children of all stripes. Nobles of the mantle and noble parents can send their sons here. And every passing day... What's that, man? Oh, come on. Sorry, yeah, family is a drain, indeed. And every passing day, the children of noblemen invent new ways to snub and bully the commoners. Most of the time, the bully leading them is Diedrich, the son of the secretary for the imperial chancellery, and the self-importance lab. The sons of noblemen never pick on you. However, they know that your father has been a noble by the mantle. Zap zap, yep, sorry. However, Diedrich and his retinue soon choose Thomas as their favorite victim. Time and time again you ask your friend not to pay them any mind, but again and again Thomas grows angry and snaps at their self-satisfied mockery. It's early morning, the students are busy flocking to the classroom for the next lesson. You wave Thomas over when you see him. He waves back at you. And then a bucket full of slop splashes on him. Needless to say, it's the work of Diedrich and his entourage. You hear his familiar creaky laughter. The tailor's son stings. How dare he sit next to decent folk? Thomas clenches his fists. You're dead, Diedrich. He throws himself at Diedrich's haughty entourage like a soldier ready to wage war. He attacks them first. This is just what they expected, and they are free to retaliate. He barely makes one movement before 4 pairs of hands grab him at once. Diedrich sneers and kicks your friend in the belly. Thomas gasps for air and starts coughing. You stand between them as Diedrich readies another kick. The nobleman's son cocks an eyebrow. Why do you mingle with commoners? He asks. Your father is a noble of the mantle. You ought to be friends with your own kind, your equals, not the dirt beneath your feet. Most Americans would have messed up most of those words. I just wanted to know. Thank you, Muramatsu. You're always very kind. But today my English sucks. I don't know why. It sucks worse than ever. I don't know why. My mouth is not cooperating. Damn mouth. Too much Portuguese, see? It's full of voodoo, my mouth. Ah. But thank you, Muramatsu. Oh, you're too kind, though. Behind him, 4 boys hold Thomas down as he struggles furiously. There it is, the fucking voodoo, Gabrielle. Obviously, had to summon that. It will be worse and worse. The other students are watching you, frozen in fear. Diedrich haughtily extends a hand to you. He clearly expects you to shake it. What will he do? I'm not gonna shake him. I'm not gonna fight anybody. I'm not gonna turn it over to the teachers, I think. You sick the school authorities on Diedrich? And I mean, they're not gonna do anything, I guess, anyway. Admonish the children of parents who have been ennobled by the man to still bear the commoner's lot. Admonish the nobleman's sons? Oh, because Diedrich. Sorry. Where do I see that? Not here. Not here. Province, maybe. Not here. Okay. What's that? Yeah, what's Tibor's status though? Yeah. Thank you, Gabrielle. What's Diedrich status? He never says though. Doesn't it? The son of the secretary for the imperial chancellery and the self-importance law. Sons of noblemen never pick on you, however. They know that your father has been ennobled by the mantle. So he's a commoner? Huh. Because this is high-level English. Yeah, I don't disagree. And there are some mistakes here and there that kind of throw me off, which is strange for a game like this. Most English speakers do not use this word every day. Yeah, Yeah, that's true, that's true. Thank you, Muramatsu. Thank you for the support. Well, the children of parents who have been ennobled by the mantle still bear the commoner's lot, yes. How is this admonishing the nobleman's sons? I don't understand this answer, though. Well, I'm not gonna do any of the others. The teachers, I mean... No, because... No. Let's admonish them. Whatever that may be. You make a speech, not to the lead bully himself, but rather to his retinue. How come Diedrich sees itself fit to instigate fights? His family may be higher in rank, but like everyone else, he has yet to take the nobleman's sacrament himself. The nobleman's lot is not yet his, so he is not yet fit to fight or rule, nor are any of you. The twin gods are ever watching over you. Over us, you add. The twin gods are ever watching over you, you add, and they are ever vigilant, yes. Do you dare to defy their will? Diedrich tries to retort. They've broken no laws, he says. All they've done is teach commoners the meaning of suffering. You call upon the knowledge gained from your theology lessons and easily pick his argument apart. That's what I do. Every man's first duty is to follow his lot, and Diedrich and his friends lack the humility to accept that they are not yet true nobles. Oh. The hands holding Thomas down grow weak. There's a whisper among the students around you. You're right. The twins are always watching how we follow the lots. Diedrich's retinue quickly dissolves in embarrassment. He furiously orders them to come back and join his cause, but his exhortations are all in vain. Noise? It makes sense, right, Gabrielle? I think so. I think so, yes. The other boys are clearly impressed by your words. The noble children will think twice before acting out again. +2 with Thomas Garrow. Well, that was not the point, but fine. Noble children will think twice before acting out again. Nice. Yeah, in fact, it's true, right? Because it's about the sacrament. But we took the sacrament. Why didn't they? I suppose everyone this age took the sacrament. I don't know. +1, I'm a searcher. Indeed, I'm a searcher. Spirituality +1. And another year passed. We are 13. Yes. The silver tree. Wow. Your theology teachers tell you more about Anisot. It's more than just the provincial capital. It's also a sacred place blessed by the gods. It's where the twin gods' first disciples spilled their blood, and from that blood grew the sacred silver tree. Oh? Its enormous foliage hangs over the city. You see its branches in the sky every day, but you have never approached the trunk of the tree yourself. Oh, there are houses. Nice. Today, you will be taking your first trip to the silver tree? Yeah, there are some mistakes here and there. So strange. Your class is visiting a service in the great temple by the tree's very roots. Thanks to your theology teacher, you and the other students will witness this landmark of the twins' advent up close. Everybody is excited. Soon you and the other boys enter the slums surrounding the church district of Anisot. The roots are pulsating under your feet. They spread underground all throughout the area. Pathetic, cramped hovels and filthy streets surround the trunk of the tree. They are home to paupers, day laborers, and preachers. The people of the district bow humbly to you and point you towards the temple. They seem at peace despite the abject poverty in which they live. All who live directly beneath the tree are filled with its divine grace, your teacher says. People come here to make peace with the world and their fate in it. Your class is unusually quiet. Everyone is listening to the rustling of the leaves and the underground beating of the roots. The sky above you is obscured by the tree's canopy. You find the temple of the twin gods right next to the tremendous trunk of the tree. It almost seems a part of it. There is a crowd there, pilgrims dressed in traveling clothes, paupers and beggars, common people of the city, and the occasional well-dressed noble. There are arguments among some people who are gathered in separate small groups. Many people are wandering around, staring upward at the tree's branches. The mistakes? Yeah, there are mistakes here and there, right? It's so strange. In such a game, you know. There's so much written stuff, though. I mean, I guess it's impossible to yeah. Some mistake there must be here and there, I think. Maybe I don't understand. Maybe it's correct, but I don't understand. The tree impresses you with its might and the calm emanating from it. You are filled with a desire to sit down and think of the world, to learn something about yourself, to touch the silver white bark and hearken to the whispering leaves. You are distracted enough to fall back from the rest of your classmates. You notice a small path. It should take you right next to the trunk. A tall red-haired woman walks out of the crowd of pilgrims. She's wearing a worn white robe. She's no longer young, but her face is youthful and covered in freckles. Her hands clutch a book. You have never seen this lady pilgrim before, yet she looks at you almost as if she has recognized a lifelong friend. She beckons. She beckons to you and says her name, Matilde, a preacher from Astinia. What she says next shakes you to your very core. It is commendable to see a young man so keen to learn the teachings of the twins, she says. Yet you will never follow the light of truth within the walls of the temple. Inside you will find only the lies about the lots. I suspected something like that. Inside you'll find only the lies about the lots, the erring words of prophet Isatius, sanctified by the passage of centuries. Yet anyone who sets out to read the accounts of the twins, of the twins' own lives, knows that they never so much as mentioned the lots. Oh wow, that was hard. So inside you will find only the lies about the lots, the erring words of prophet Isathius, sanctified by the passage of centuries. Yet anyone who sets out to read the accounts of the twins' own lives knows that they never so much as mention the lots. I suspect something like this. I suspect there's this mechanics going on. I suspect this from a long time. You know, because up until now we are led to believe that, so the twin gods are real, so all of this is real. How could it be, you know? How could all this be right? You know, because the gods really exist. So, all of this is not the machination of, right, some tyrannical power. Gods really exist. There's a plan. All of this is for a purpose, right? It's a divine purpose. So, but how can this be right? But no, I mean, the gods may exist. But even then, maybe the way they practice their religion, so to speak, is not in accordance to the twin gods. That's also why last time when we died, I never considered the social part of the answers to the question, what's the manifestation of the gods' love? Because I don't think it's there. I think it's, it must be personal, right? I don't believe that the order that we see here with the lots and everything is the will of the gods. That's the interpretation of some people, maybe, or maybe not. I tend to believe this one. The red-haired preachers would frighten you. They clash with everything you have heard from Mother, everything you have been taught at school. The lots are a lie. You freeze in fear. Should you argue with Matilda or ask her for more information? Or should you treat her as a mad woman and catch up with your classmates? No. You suddenly feel a small warm hand grasp your own. You see a girl right next to you. She's just a little older than you, wearing a black dress, threadbare yet almost spotless. Her hair is covered by a handkerchief with only a single golden lock showing. Her brown eyes are burning with rage, her hand pulling away from the red-haired preacher. Okay, so we met this girl. You suddenly feel a small warm hand grasp your own. You see a girl right next to you. She's just a little older than you, yes, wearing a black dress, threadbare yet almost spotless. Her hair is covered by a handkerchief with only a single golden lock showing. Her brown eyes are burning with rage, her hand pulling you away from the red-haired preacher. Yeah, why? Why this? Yeah, you are VIP. Sure, Muramatsu, you're welcome. First 5 subs. Lifetime VIP. I don't know what that means, but I can do that, so I'll do it. You stare in confusion at the strange young girl, your cheeks flushed by the sudden touch. There's just a bit of color on her cheeks too. Then she starts speaking to you quickly. Come on. Jeanne. Oh. You guys can't know and I won't tell you, but Jeanne. Don't listen to her. Oh, don't listen to her. She's dangerous. Come to the temple with me. Only there will you see the truth. No, I don't believe you, Jeanne. Go away, Jeanne. You stand there, surrounded by the crowd of praying pilgrims and the sounds of shuffling feet, torn between 2 people you have never seen before, and each of them expects you to follow her. But all the while you hear the whispering of the wind in the trees' branches. The branches reach out for you, almost as if the tree wishes to speak to you itself. Can you hear this voice? Dang it. Can you hear its voice? VIP, go ahead, begin with it. Is that a song, Gabrielle? Follow the girl into the temple. Well, yeah, it's very late for me, so we'll finish this story and then I'll begin. And I have to buy more games, next week, the Italian game, the game in Italian. It's not an Italian game. There's a very nice Italian game made by an Italian company. It's called Town of Light. It was discounted on Steam, I think. Unfortunately, it ended like yesterday. Yeah, I should have mentioned that, dang it. It was discounted. It was like €3. It's not the greatest game ever. It's not really. Maybe it's not even a great game, but it's a very good game in my opinion. And it's basically, well, take a look at it if you like. I played it. Man, it's good. It's good. Town of Light. So, no, not paid ad, but I don't know. Okay, so can I hear its voice? Okay, I stand there surrounded by the crowd of praying pilgrims and the sounds of shuffling feet thrown between. Yeah, this is social pressure, no problem. And each of them expects. But I'm 13 though. Well, come on, I'm 13. Hormones, the blondie, you know, this truth they are revealing to me. I want to know. I want more. But all the while you hear the whispering of the wind. Nah. Give in to the epiphany? This is like to the tree, right? You open yourself to the tree and listen as it speaks. No, shut up, tree. Don't need you. The tree, it knows more than any human. Who knows though? The tree could be a lie. She told us the tree is a lie. Well, the lot is a lie, right? Leave them and approach the tree. No, stay with the red-haired pilgrim. Yes. Follow the girl into the temple? Come on. Oh, not gonna chase her. She wants some. She comes out of the temple. Yeah, I want to know more. What else does she have to say? Absolutely. Oh, look at that. You shrug, smiles sheepishly. Wow. You shrug, smiles sheepishly at the girl, and walk towards the red-haired preacher. This Matilde of Astinia. She speaks too strangely to be ignored. You feel she will be leaving soon anyway. And the temple. Surely the temple is not going anywhere. Just a heads up, I will not be here Friday or this weekend. I'll be out of town with family. I don't want you to think I disappeared. Oh, that's great, Muramatsu. Thank you. I would definitely think that. Thank you. Okay, no worries. Well, weekend is probably still for this week, XCOM weekend. Then I'll see about that. And Friday, you'll have to look at Friday's video probably. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I would. Yes. I wouldn't have slept for one night at least. Sure. That's good. Thank you, Muramatsu. The lady preacher hands her book to you. There are words on the cover. The lives of the twins. The book is so heavy you almost drop it. The crowd around you barely allows for a proper reading. The best you can do is flip through the pages and hope to glimpse a message or two from it. Matilda's hushed voice comments on each new page. This book was written by the disciples of the twins. When the twin gods descended and brought fate into the world, they walked the lands with them. With them? The disciples? Disciples, right? Why is it uppercase though? When the twin gods descended and brought fate into the world, they walked the lands with them. Twin gods is the subject, so there's maybe this disciples gets that treatment as well. Okay. It's filled with many stories of wonders and battles, as well as records of the twins' own sermons and dialogues. They discuss many things that now guide the living, the fate that awaits us on the shining pillar, the eternal life after true death, the profane evil of magic. Alright, there's magic. Yet Matilda points out something that you cannot help but notice yourself. There's no one mention of the lots in this book. Ah, see? How can this be? You ask her. It is what it is, she responds. The twins never spoke of them. They never left any teaching behind, nothing but their deeds and their own lives in this world. You frown. Then how come we know about the lots now? They exist thanks to Isatius, she says. Isatius favored by the gods, the elder's favorite disciple, man. Yeah, favored by the gods, the elder's favorite disciple, walked the lands by his side and through all his hardships until his fatal ending. Who is he, though? What's it? The elder? Oh, the elder god. Okay. Such is favored by the gods, the elder's favorite disciple. Okay, walked the lands by his side and through all his... Yeah, because this is most like, these twin gods, they seem to me like a dual, a divinity. I think one is bad and one is good, so to speak. Gabriel, just one way to... Just one way to know. It's there. It's locked. Poor soundbite. It's locked. 50k channel points, and everybody can use it. Okay. So Isatius was the favorite disciple of the elder god. And through all his hardships until his fatal end. And he was, he was with the elder twin god, yes, by his side and through all his hardships until his fatal end in Eterna. They came to be, she explains, when people came to Isatius and asked him how they should live. Yet Isatius was but a man, and his teachings of the lots were not a divine revelation, but a speculation of his own devising. This is obviously interesting as well, because this is, we see this basically in every Eurasian religion, basically. Well, yeah, I don't want to, I don't want to make names, speak names, but the prophet and the god, But the prophet and the god is a relationship that goes up until a certain point. Then it's not necessarily the god's voice if you ask the prophet stuff. So yeah, when they asked him how they should live, Isatius answered what he believed, not necessarily a divine revelation, but I guess they, the thought is that being a prophet makes you 24/7 divinely revelated, so you are either or yes or no, it's an on-off switch. No, that can't be, Gabriel. Matei a charada. No. Não mateste a charada. Não é. That would condemn my channel to closure. Something really bad would happen. This feels much tougher than learning prayers. So if the teachings of the lot come not from the gods, but rather from their student, what does that mean for you? What does it mean for the people? A new faith, the red-haired preacher says with a smile. You think about her words for a long time, as the silver tree whispers above your head. the very tree grown from the blood of the people who walked the land with the younger and the elder. You keep on thinking about it even as you make your way home and into bed. Your conclusions bring you no comfort. If that strange lady preacher was right, then you are supposed to be free to interpret the twins' words yourself. Oh!
I've created Lutherans!
Which means that you and only you should be responsible for your life and fate in the hereafter. But who can tell for sure? Oh, -1 with Jean? Get out of here, Blondie. You cannot fall asleep that night. So they were lying to you all this time? In the morning you still mutter off a prayer and the words of your lot, to walk, endure, and suffer. But is it all worth it if the lots don't really exist? Or is it the will of the twins after all? Did they actually speak their will through his Atius? And those who defy that will are defying the true order of the world? Okay, did they actually speak their will? These questions will remain in your mind for a long time. Spirituality +1. See? I'm soulful. What was the other one? I didn't pay attention. Thank you. Oh, well, I guess we'll have to do this as well, man. It's so late, but I have to do it. No, this is the big event for tomorrow, I guess. This event is a consequence of your previous actions. Spirituality equals more or equals 4.